Hi YouTubers and gamers, and we're here on holiday in Portugal, so it is a pickup special. And yes, and usually we go on holiday to Spain, but this time we are visiting family in Portugal. And
the same family?
Yeah, my parents moved from Spain to Portugal. And I've got Trouble here to assist me in this video. And when I was buying in Spain, most of my pickups were often accessories and stuff, because all the games I tend to be in Spanish and not English language. Whereas in Portugal, most of the games are in English language, which is more convenient really. So I was able to pick up some uncommon games. And there's a couple of places I managed to find games. One was a supermarket which had a lot of old stock. They had even sealed PS2 games and even some sealed PSP Goes, all brand new, but they're all for original retail price. So PSP Goes were about €90, and even the PS2 games were about €30, which is stupid prices really. But there was nothing rare except a sealed copy of Fear Effect 2 or Project Zero 2, but that was they still wanted about €45 for that, which is way too expensive. I did manage to pick up one from a Malaga airport a couple of years back for about €5, so that was a good deal. So I didn't pick that one up, but I did pick up one game, and it is a PS4 game. We never got a physical release for this in the UK or in America, and it is. Can you show it to me, Caitlin? Yes, it is SingStar Frozen. Basically, it's a Portuguese one, unfortunately. You can't get this in English language in the physical format. But there is an English version of Let It Go by Demi Lovato. And interestingly, obviously the songs are in the Spanish version, and the Spanish version of Let It Go is called Ya Pasu, which translates as It's Okay Now, which is interesting. They don't sing Let It Go, they sing It's Okay Now. But anyway, I'm a big Frozen fan, so is Caitlin, and that was about €20, so about 18 quid, so I don't mind having that for a collection. It's all sealed, it's an unusual, uncommon game, so there's that one. In one of those nearby towns, we're basically about an hour north from Lisbon, and in one of the towns there was like a shopping mall, and they had like an independent record store that sold quite a lot of games, and they had quite a few imports as well as European copies, and got some PSP games, and they varied about €7 to €10, so about £6.80 roughly. So you can pass me one at a time, Caitlin.
Yes, I'm getting all of them first of all.
Okay, pass me one first of all. First of all, I still need to get a first one, which I can get quite easily in the UK, quite cheaply. But the second and third ones are more uncommon and more expensive. So Mega Minis Volume 2, and there's like 5 PSP games that you was able to download onto your PSP from the PlayStation Network, and that's like Arctic Adventures, Coconut Dodge, Red Ball X Fighters, Young 4, and Monsters in brackets probably Stole My Princess, which sounds like an interesting title. These are all new and sealed, by the way. And then also I've got Mega Minis Volume 3 on a PSP. And that one has Arcade Air Hockey and Bowling, Archibald's Adventures, Break Crest, Who's That Flying, and Ice Road Truckers. And this Volume 3 is quite expensive in the UK, so quite happy to get out, factory sealed copy of that. Unfortunately, these two PSP mini games, the packaging is in European languages, Portuguese and all sorts, but it doesn't matter because they all play in English anyway. Okay, another game. This one's all in English, I'm glad to say, and it's quite an uncommon game, new and sealed. Asterix and Obelix XXL2 Mission Y Fix or whatever, or Refix. If you look at the game artwork on there, it's quite funny because they've got characters dressed like Tomb Raider, Lara Croft, Mario, obviously Pac-Man, and obviously, yeah, yeah, God, do you know who that is? Looks like Sonic, doesn't it? Yeah, Sonic Hedgehog. So, I don't know why they're like that. I haven't played this game, but it looks interesting. And again, for about £6.80, it's a good deal, especially for a new and sealed copy. Okay, this game, it's again, it's in English, so is the packaging, and it's the PSP version is less common than the PS2. I managed to order a PS2 copy for about £3.50, but this is a PSP copy of Don Quixote. So again, it's an unusual, uncommon game, so I'm quite happy to have that. Next one. Okay, this game, seal's come apart on this. It is new and sealed, but it's getting a bit worn, the seal is. Actually, I think I'll have that one. I'll go for this one first. First thing first is, I had the first version of this, part 1, first game, and it's a Konami game, and it's when Goku Stairway to Heaven. This is new and sealed. It plays in English. It's a Hudson game. Unfortunately, it is a European packaging, but still, a new and sealed copy of this game for about £6. I think this one's closer to £10. This one, but still, it's a good price for a new and sealed game. And I didn't know that there was a sequel. I got the first one, but I didn't know there was a second one. So happy to have that. Okay, this is a very uncommon flying game. It is Super Hind. It's called Explosive Helicopter Action. Again, new and sealed. It's supposed to be quite a good game. Again, it's English. Oh, the camera's dropped. English language version. Can you move it up a little bit, Caitlin? Thank you. So yeah. Again, that was about £6.80. So that's a good deal. Okay, this last PSP game, this was a bit more expensive. It was about £11, this one was. But it's a super uncommon RPG. It is called Gurumin, a monstrous adventure. And again, this plays in English, but there's a European packaging. But it is new and sealed. It's a very uncommon 505 role-playing game. And the new and sealed copies of this go for about £40 plus. I mean, some are saying them as much as £130, so it's quite an uncommon game. So yeah, I did go back to this particular shop twice because I wasn't too sure about this one. Did some research and I realised it was quite an uncommon title. So I thought, yep, I'll get that. Okay, moving from PSP, got one Wii title. This is a good light gun type shooter for Wii. The packaging art style is terrible, but the actual gameplay graphics are much better. It's quite good actually, and it's Martian Panic. This is all new and sealed. It was about £10 sealed, but obviously you can get much cheaper used copies back in the UK. But to get a sealed copy for £10, I thought that's okay. Alright, pass this
PS2.
PS3 game, this one first.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Both PS3.
Alright, this one first. Okay. Alright, this is rather... I never heard of this RPG before, and it was more expensive. This was about £16 sealed. And it's a NIS America game. It's Last Rebellion. It's all completely in English. I read the reviews, they're a bit mixed really. It's probably not one of the greatest RPGs, but it's a very uncommon game all the same. I wouldn't go as far as saying it's rare, because you can still get this on the internet in England, but it's certainly not one I see in the wild that often anyway. So to get a sealed copy for 16 quid, I thought it weren't too bad really. So there's another uncommon game for a collection that might become collectible at some point. But there's an animation start. They may be okay. It's just, I think with RPGs, it's a bit... They're very subjective depending on who's playing them, whether or not they're good. Can't get a staff, so impatient. Okay, this game hasn't got a European release. It's an import they had in there from the States. It's on the PS3, I've been wanting this. I've got the first two on the PS2. This one, I did pay... I probably could have got this cheaper in the UK and I should have perhaps waited, but I got it anyway because I saw it. It's about 30 quid, and that is Dragon Guard for PS3. Again, it's new and sealed, or in English, but like I said, it's a USA import. So we never got that in the UK for some reason, I don't know why. Okay, this one. This game's PS2 title. Again, it was about £6.80. I know you can get this for a bit cheaper, open and used.
PlayStation 2, not PS2.
That's one, yeah, same thing. And it's an uncommon game in the sense I don't often see it in the wild, but you can still get it on the internet, so it can't be that uncommon. And it's Johnny Bravo Datorama. Yeah, I do love Johnny Bravo from the Cartoon Network cartoons and stuff. So I got it more for that reason than anything else, really. So it's new sealed, so not a terrible price, but they're not a great deal, I would say. Okay, let's have this one first of all. Now they did have, I did see about 5 Phoenix games. Now Phoenix is a notorious game developer. They made quite a lot of poor games, and they had 5 of them. I know they weren't the super duper rare ones, rare titles, so I knew that much. But I didn't know if they would be collectible or not. And they had 2 that were like top-down shooters. So I thought I'll get the top-down shooters because again they were only about £6.80 each. So, these ones, only one that is sealed, but it's a bit dirty. Still needs to clean because they've got a lot of stickers on the packaging, on the outside of the packaging. This is Search and Destroy. It is a top-down shooter. The graphics are a bit basic and so forth. But I was thinking, how bad can a top-down shooter be? I know, you know, the racing games by Phoenix are pretty bad and the platform games are pretty bad, but it's a top-down shooter at the end of the day, and it can't be any worse than the old Atari 2600 shooters. So I think if you start off with low expectations, it's probably not too bad a title. Again, you can get this in the UK for probably about £3.50, but again, this is a sealed copy, so I don't know. Now this next Phoenix game, again, I've not heard of it before. It is another top-down shooter, but this one is worth money. Probably worth about £20 plus. The graphics are better on this one compared to that one, and it's called Guerrilla Strike. Again, you know, it's like a top-down graphics. But, the photos on the back of it don't do it justice, but if you did look on YouTube, you know, it doesn't look too bad actually. So these 2 shooters I will be playing anyway. I will give them a go and see what I think, because I do like the shooters. But again, for £6.80, I thought that was a good deal, because like I said, this does go for about £20 plus, and it's all complete of course. Okay, last 2 games. Let's have that one first. New and sealed. I liked the art style of this game. The reviews are okay, what I could find off. It's not much written about this game. It's a very uncommon game. I would probably go and say it's a rare game actually. And it's called Hard Knock High. I don't know how much this will be worth. Probably about 15 quid, I guess. Again, I got it for about £7. And it is a Japanese beat 'em up basically. And it's set in some sort of high school or whatever. So I think it's got some sort of story or RPG type elements maybe. But I like the art, the cover art more than anything else. That sort of attracted me to it really. So I thought I'll give it a go. It is PAL copy. The packaging is in Spanish, but again, if it's a beat 'em up, it doesn't really matter too much, does it? So again, for about you know, I think this was a bit more. This is probably about £8, £9.
Guy, to show Benji to the screen. Show him.
All right, okay. This is my mother's dog. Yeah. Caitlin likes Benji. He's ugly. He's got a funny jaw. Yeah. Okay.
He's licking me.
Right.
He's licking me.
Okay. One last game, and I was so pleased to see this. This is a game I've been having on my want list for a long time. It's not super expensive, but it is hard to get hold of in the UK. This is a new and sealed copy. The packaging again is in Spanish and Portuguese, but it plays in English. but you know, the software's in English. It even says so on the back, so it's definitely plays in English. And that is Samurai Showdown 5 on the PS2, new and sealed. Benji, that's not very nice. Dog's growling at Caitlin. Oh, yeah, well. Anyway, so yeah, I was pleased to have that. Again, it was about 8 or 9 quid, so I thought that was a good deal for that title. And that's it. That's all my pickups. What else can I say gaming related? Well, I was pleased to see a couple of days back I went bowling with my sister and brother-in-law who also live out here. And in the bowling alley they had a couple of classic old arcade machines, didn't they, Caitlin? They had Sega Rally Championship 2, the big one with the 2...
Guns?
No, that's a Time Crisis 2 they had. They had Time Crisis 2 with the 2 guns, obviously. But with the Sega Rally Championship, they had, you know, proper driving wheels and seats and everything, and steering wheels, all the cabs and stuff. So it's really nice to see those old-fashioned arcade machines, really. Even in the modern bowling alley, it was just strange seeing arcade machines so old. But they were cool all the same. I did take a couple of photos of us, you know, on them, didn't I? So if I can attach that to this video, or somehow have it on, perhaps I have it on the title screen or something, I don't know. But I can get a picture of one of those, and I'll do so. So that's it, guys. That's all my pickups while I'm on holiday. We'll be back home in England in a few days, won't we? And so the next pickup will be back from England. So until then, guys, take care. You can say goodbye, Caitlin?
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye from Portugal.